Alright, peace and love. My name is Dre and welcome to my channel. This is my first video and I appreciate you watching. And so, in this video, I'll be discussing the reasons I am leaving the United States, packing my bags, I gotta go, and 5 reasons on why you may want to consider leaving the United States so that you can travel the world. Alright, be sure to stick around for the entire video as I'm going to be talking about some dope things and also some topics that we really should be thinking more about. Check it out. My first reason on why I am leaving the States and why you should consider is because of the opportunity to see the world and explore different cultures. That is like very obvious, right? But a lot of us in the West don't really travel outside of the States like that. When I finally made the decision to get my passport and to start traveling, I began to engage with different people and different cultures, and I began to realize how culturally deprived and culturally impoverished we are as Americans, right? Like, so our perspective of the world is very narrow. Like, we have been really conditioned to not see and understand things at our periphery. And let me give you an example of what I mean. So most of us in the States literally only speak one language, right? If we do know other languages, it's probably Spanish, which is cool, but many of us are not as fluent, and coupled with that, we may know the language but don't understand or respect Spanish culture. And so like, when I went to Ghana a few months ago, I met people who grew up learning to speak 3 and 4 languages fluently. The reality that we have been indoctrinated and programmed to practice and follow is a small speck of what's actually happening out there in the world. And engaging with different cultures and groups of people is extremely enlightening and rewarding for you, right? Now that I have decided to dive into the world, to see what's out there and to start traveling, it's been a blessing to have the opportunity to engage with different folks and really just see what's out there and to grow my cultural palette. Reason number 2, the second reason on why you should consider leaving the States to travel the world is to escape the hard truth that America has a very strong and heavy culture of violence attached to it. I know some folks are gonna say, well, America's the greatest country, blah, 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 blah. Like, clearly those folks haven't traveled too far out of the States, if they have traveled at all. And so, in the words of my brother Chad Ochocinco, man, child, please. And to expand further, when I say violence, I'm not just talking about murders, kidnappings, and other like overt violent crimes. Although those things happen very often here as we see, but the US, the United States, has a culture of violence that has a very negative impact on the people. And this is what I mean. Not only that, but being in a space where you could potentially face harm at any point of the day or night, at your church, at your school, while you're pumping gas, it is very exhausting on an individual, a family, or a community. All right, and so research shows traveling or going on a vacation 3 to 4 times a year to escape the monotony of work life and productivity, it actually lowers your stress and provides you hope to your life. And so I'm gonna tell y'all this, my soul did not come on this earth to be here for 70, 80 years if I'm lucky, work for somebody else for 50 of those years, and then after I retire, I finally get to chill after the quality of my life is like far gone. Traveling is not as expensive as you may think, and in my upcoming video, I'm going to discuss how you can travel on a low budget and still have the time of your life. Third reason on why I am leaving the States, which is very specific to me and my community, is the overwhelming feeling of, you guessed it, racism. Racism, the acts of racism are in the everyday rhythms of society. So much so, a lot of folks don't even know if it's there because we have become so used to it. Now, to be honest, depending on where you want to travel, it does not necessarily mean that you will escape the conditions of racism. And truthfully, racism is now a global phenomenon, and you can find it no matter where you go. However, for me, as a black nomad, a black man, a traveler, I do have the intentions of primarily traveling to spaces where I am loved, where I'm appreciated, where I'm safe, and where I feel safe. Frankly, you know what I'm saying, to be honest, I do not feel safe in the States. If you're watching this video and you can understand and feel the sentiments of this message, it doesn't hurt to take into consideration other options on how you want to live your life and where you want to live. To be honest, we only have about 80 summers on this planet, you know, give or take. Do you want to be intentional in creating happiness in your life, or do you want to wait for someone to help in creating that for you? I mean, hey, maybe America may change one day, I don't know, but I'm ready to go, and so that's why I'm traveling. So now, I'm not trying to scare anybody, as I know I have been discussing some, you know, pretty deep stuff. But honestly, I am very, very excited for this journey. And if you're still sticking around and watching this video, these next 2 points that I discuss will further place things into perspective for you. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, it might be what you need to hear in order to make that jump. But first, like this video, and in the comment section below, tell me why you are considering to leave the United States. What brought you, you know, to this video, right? And what are some places that you would like to visit, or where do you think that I should go? Let me know in the comments below. So my last and final point on why I am leaving the States and why you should consider traveling more, and that is because traveling helps you find yourself and your purpose to life. As I was discussing earlier, if you're living in the States, it gives you a very small speck of what's happening, you know, throughout the world. As you begin to expand where you go, you begin to expand your perspective on everything, including the perspective that you have of yourself. I started traveling like probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and I never, ever thought I would want to become a nomad and to visit different countries, speak different languages, eat different foods. But here I am, I truly feel like I am in the golden ages of my life, whether that be emotionally, spiritually, or whatever. Plan that trip, take that vacation, grow yourself, and let's go see the world. I'm telling you, you will absolutely love it. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out my video next week, as I'll be recapping my trip to Ghana, and you will see how affordable it is for you to live your best life. Again, thanks for watching, peace and love to you, and I'll see y'all next week.